Hey guys, this is going to be a pretty impromptu video. I just want to make it real quick. It's been about 48 hours since the Luka Doncic to the Lakers trade happened, and I've been going through so many emotions. Honestly, it's such a surreal feeling. I can't even really put it into words. This legitimately has affected me so much more than any celebrity death that I've ever experienced in my lifetime. Which I know is silly to say, but it's true. There's just something about it that just hits so hard for me. I probably only slept maybe like 5 or 6 hours total over the past 2 nights. But the reason I want to make this video is because I saw this one theory today. It's a theory that I've heard ever since the trade first happened, but this person on Facebook, I'm not friends with them, somebody else shared it. This guy on Facebook, I think he's like a lawyer or something. He broke it down pretty well, and I'm even gonna put it on the screen right now because he can explain it better than I can. But just to summarize it, the theory is that the new Mavs owners who bought them last year, and that's another misconception that people have. People think that Mark Cuban did this, but he's only a minority owner now. He sold his majority shares last year, so it's new owners that have control of the Mavs now, beginning last year. And the theory is that they've been wanting to open up a casino in Texas, but they've been having trouble getting the gambling bill passed through the Texas legislature. So, as the theory goes, they are pretty much kind of wanting to draw down the stock in the Mavs culture and everything, and just kind of pretty much ruin the reputation of the Mavs. So they were the ones who kind of forced this trade to happen, forced the Mavs to give up Luka so that the quality of the team goes down, or at least in long term, because they're probably still going to be good this year. They might even still be great, honestly, because Anthony Davis is still a really good player when he's healthy. But over time, he's 31. He's 6 years older than Luka is, so he's not going to have the longevity that Luka is going to have, to where the Mavs are going to be good for the next 10 plus years. But anyways, they wanted to do that, not get much in return. We got Anthony Davis, but we got a first round pick in 2029. That player is in 8th grade right now. And like, they only went to one team. If you're going to trade Luka, you're going to try and see what all teams have offers, what all the teams are going to offer you for that caliber of a player. One of the top 3 players in the league, unarguably. I mean, I think he's the best player in the league, but that's debatable. But he's top 3 at least. You're going to see what the best deal package you can get is. You're not just going to go to one team. But anyways, they wanted to trade Luka away from the Mavs. Obviously, that's going to upset fans, and it has full force in the past 2 days. They wanted to alienate the fans so that the local support for the team would go down. The profitability in Dallas for the team would go down. So that way they have more leverage to threaten to move the Mavericks to Las Vegas if the if the new gambling bill isn't passed. Like, that right there honestly makes my blood boil. Like, I was already like furious at Nico Harrison for doing this trade, especially behind everybody's backs. But if this was the case, which I should say this is just alleged, like nothing's necessarily proven on this. But if this is the case, like, it really makes me angry. Because it's just like billionaires doing billionaire shit. Like, greedy billionaire shit. And in a way, it almost makes me want to keep supporting out of spite, because honestly, like these owners are probably looking at the outrage that the Mavs fans have been doing, including me, the past 2 days, and they're probably watching it with a smile on their face. They're probably over there drinking champagne because their plan is going exactly according to plan. Because the more the fans back out of their support, the less they pay to go see the games, the less merchandise they buy, the less they support in general, the stronger because the Mavs had just come off a finals run last year, led by a 25-year-old superstar who is one of the best players in the entire league. We just got a big free agent signing this offseason in Klay Thompson. I mean, I know he hasn't played as well as we had hoped, but he came to play. He is a huge name who came here to play specifically with Luka and Kyrie, but Luka and Kyrie. We were at the highest of highs. Like, we didn't win the finals, but we were right there. We beat two of the top teams. Two of the top teams in the West to get there. We're at the highest of highs. They needed to bring the Mavs team as a whole to its knees so that they could have this argument that, oh, we're going to move the team to Vegas if this bill isn't passed. Because before 48 hours ago, that threat would not have made sense. You would not leave one of the most marketable places, one of the most marketable teams. It just wouldn't make any sense business-wise. I think Dallas was like the fourth highest market in the NBA, or at least like money-wise, currently. So they had to bring the Mavs to its knees so that threat would actually make sense and be legitimate. So now, like, all these fans, which, I mean, including myself, I was already writing the team off, and I still probably am. It's a lose-lose situation, honestly, because if we stop supporting the Mavs, then their plan is going exactly how they want it to. So, and it potentially could be moving to Vegas if the bill is still rejected. And even if it is passed, we were just a pawn in their business move. Like, that's the most frustrating part of it. Like, we're just pawns in this. They don't care about the team, if this theory is true. It's just frustrating, man. And it's like they have their scapegoat in Nico Harrison, if it's true. So they're not going to fire him because of this trade. That's probably why they haven't fired him already. Because if they fire him, that's going to bring back some of these Mavs fans who are demanding that they that they fire Nico Harrison. So why would they fire him right now? And especially because something I didn't mention, the guy on Facebook mentioned it in his post explaining the theory. But I think in like 2 years is whenever the vote for the bill is going to happen again. So they have 2 years to completely bring the Mavericks down in stock. So they're not going to fire Nico Harrison. And I don't want to have Nico Harrison off the hook either, because who knows how much of this is true. And then of course the Lakers of all teams are the team they go to give Luka. They always magically, mysteriously get the best players all throughout history. Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, Pau Gasol. I mean, I'm not going to say Pau Gasol is like one of the greatest ever, but he was a huge piece to that puzzle. The back-to-back championships that him and Kobe went on, and they got him for barely anything. And it's also like the owners and the NBA are both benefiting from this, because the NBA, the Lakers are their most like their biggest market is their bread and butter. That's their team. So once the Lakers are good again, great again, even that's benefiting them. So they're not going to investigate this. It's not to their interest to investigate it. In fact, it's the opposite. It's just, I don't know. I'm just frustrated, man. And that's one reason why I hate these Mavs fans who are saying that, oh, we're gonna go Laker Nation now. We're gonna be Lakers fans from now on. It's like that's exactly what the NBA wanted. Like, I don't know. Like I said earlier, we're just pawns in all this from multiple angles. The owner's angle, the NBA angle. Like, I mean, I'm obviously still gonna support Luka. I mean, it honestly breaks my heart. Like, just the whole situation. It's like, especially like his farewell message he posted yesterday, saying that he wanted to stay in Dallas for his career and bring us a championship. So I'm still gonna support Luka. This isn't his fault at all. But I'm not going to support the Lakers organization. It just sucks, man. I think this is like one of the last things I'm probably going to post. Well, I mean, that's probably going to be a lie, but I'm going to try to just disconnect from this for a little bit, for a few days at least. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to cancel my cable subscription, because I only had cable literally just to watch the Mavs game. Well, and Game Show Network, but I'm sure I can stream those somewhere. I don't know. This theory is the only thing that makes sense. Nico Harrison has given some excuses that just don't make any sense. Like, Luka's weight doesn't make any sense. Nikola Jokic is the #1 player in the entire league. Multiple MVPs, and he's probably the heaviest player, most unathletic player in the league, even more unathletic than Luka is. And they won a championship, Denver. And then he said, like, some players don't fit the culture. Luka was the culture. Like, I don't know what he meant by that, but again, there's a chance that he's just a scapegoat and he's just having a, what's the term? He's just having to like pull up threads or whatever to come up with anything to say because he has to. But I don't know if that's the case. It's just the only thing that makes sense. It's literally the only thing that makes sense, and it's why we didn't get more picks. For a player like Luka, we only got one pick, and it's in 4 years. It's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah. Well, I guess if the Mavs move to Vegas, or if a casino opens in Dallas in the next couple of years, we'll know that this was the first domino to all that happening, and we're just pawns in it.